What's up, everybody? This is another session on this YouTube channel for strategies for creatives. So today we are talking about become a creative commodity. Let's get into it. So always, I like to start with definitions so we are all on the same page. And again, definitions are amazing. They're great. I love reading the dictionary and just checking out what's in there so I have clarity. Let's get this definition for leverage. The exertion of force by means of a lever or an object used in the manner of a lever. But this other part I really love. And again, this is just Google definitions so everybody can keep on the same track. This other part I really enjoy. Use something to maximum advantage. So when we're thinking about leveraging something, and this is where you have to understand what you have and what you're capable of giving and putting out from a creative perspective. A lot of times we don't look at how we're creative and where we're creative in order to maximize our efforts and leverage what we have. So when I'm talking about leverage, what I'm talking about is understanding who you are and what's inside you to maximize your output or maximize whatever you're trying to establish or gain for yourself. So if you're at an organization or you're starting a business and you're trying to figure out what it looks like, whatever you have on your plate, whether it's finances, whether it's capabilities, whether it's understanding of the organization or the environment that you're in order to leverage that to get a maximum output. And using your talent and your gifts is one of the best ways you can do it. Because if you know what you're capable of and you can actually produce results, that's leverage. A lot of times we don't look at that as leverage because we're trying to figure out if it's something tangible. But a lot of times what you don't have as an intangible item is one of your greatest assets for creating yourself to be a commodity for someone else. And when I say a commodity, I'm talking about people that want to see and want to connect with you and collaborate with you and want to leverage what you have as your experience or your ability to influence others to be a commodity to them. Now, as a commodity, there should be some reciprocity. So if you're being utilized, you should get something in return. But you want to make sure it's evenly balanced. If it's not evenly balanced, you're probably getting taken advantage of rather than being a commodity to another individual. And when we talk about leverage, I'm talking about work. I'm talking about something that you've done already to establish your worth. If you have something to leverage, that means you already have something in your wheelhouse, in your bag that you can push out and someone can see in order to give someone else an understanding of what you have to offer them. It should be evident. Now, if it's not evident, you might have to kind of exemplify a little bit more and explain yourself so they can see your value. If you have leverage, it's already evident. One way we think of leverage, if you think about finances and you go to a bank and you ask for a loan, some things that you have to leverage is your credit score, is money that you might already have is liquid, available, or you have some other type of asset that you can leverage. Those are leverageable things that either can be seen or not seen, like a credit score. But if you have your creativity as something you can leverage, that's even more. If you look at sports figures or anyone that's in the music industry or entertainment, they can leverage their name, they can leverage their creativity, they can get advertisement or they can get different type of spokesman opportunities, books or other products they might want to sell. They now are leveraging their name in order to push a product or push an item. And now there's reciprocity with usually with pay or some type of incentives or dividends related to their name being associated with that product. Now, leverage is a golden opportunity for people to excel and scale no matter where they are. If you can't scale and excel wherever you are with leverage, you might be doing it wrong. So one thing to look at when it comes to leverage is what is in your bag. I mentioned that before, but it's key and very pivotal for you to understand what that is. You have to spend some time with figuring out what your creativity is and push that item as hard as you can. Now, this is going to be a lot of discovery on your end. It's also going to be other people telling you potentially what your gifts is or where you can see yourself scaling, but don't just take their word for it. You have to know for yourself, because the best thing about leverage is if I know who I am, I can show my value and other people can see my value. But if I can't exemplify my value, someone else can either depreciate my value or use it in the wrong way. And now I'm being overly used or taken advantage of rather than becoming an asset for leveraging what I have. A good example for me came from being in corporate America, working a regular 9 to 5, and I was able to leverage my skills by coming into an organization, 1, with a resume, 2, with experience, and 3, a lot of understanding about the environment. So now I could leverage what I knew to help them understand how I would be an asset and then how they could leverage me versus how I could leverage them. Now, most of the time when you're working for a job, the way you're going to leverage is usually an increase in pay, bonuses, dividends, and then also the ability to scale for different positions as far as management, etc. in the corporate America, corporate ladders. That's a way you can leverage. Or you're being put on special projects and now they can see your capabilities and start seeing other skills and talents you have and seeing how you can leverage those as well. That is a great way to do it. When it comes to business, I was able to leverage my skills and abilities by not just seeing what was on paper, but also my experiences as well. And then also being able to leverage other people talking for me, meaning my previous clientele, people reaching out for referrals and being able to talk to them on that level. And that was able to bring more leverage to me to exemplify why my pay was important and why I could charge what I was charging, because they knew what I was able to produce and I had leverage to show them that it was capable, it was possible, and I was going to deliver on my promise. That is one of the key things when it comes to leveraging and being a commodity from a creative perspective. I hope this helps somebody. Like, subscribe, shoot something in the comments below. See you on the next one.